In this video, I'm going to be summarising chapter 7 from this book called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Now this book's about 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more done in less time. And if you haven't watched my previous video where I summarised chapter 6 from this book, then make sure you go ahead and watch that video first by clicking here. In addition to that, if you want to pick yourself up a copy of this book so you can follow along with each chapter, then I've also left a link in the video description box down below. With that said, let's get straight to it. So chapter 7 is all about focusing on key result areas. Now the reason why somebody employs you is because they need you to produce a specific result for the business, and in return you get paid a wage or a salary. Now the work that you do will most likely be combined with the work of others to produce a product or service that customers are willing to pay for. But in order for you to perform at your best, get paid more and get promoted faster, you need to understand the key result areas within your position. Now a key result area is something that you're completely responsible for. It's under your control, and if you don't do it, it don't get done. For example, key result areas within a management position are planning, organization, staffing, delegating, supervising, measuring, and reporting. Now these are the areas in which a manager must get results in order to succeed within that position. And a weakness within any of these areas is going to lead to underachievement and possibly failure as a manager. Now before we move on, my name's Luke and this channel is all about personal development, and I'll be sharing the things I've learned and continuously learn. So if you enjoy content around trying to improve yourself, overall personal development, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Another example of key result areas, but this time within a sales position, are things like prospecting, building rapport and trust, identifying needs, presenting persuasively, handling objections, closing the sale, getting repeat customers, and also referrals. And failure in any of these key skills is not going to make you a good salesperson, because if you can't generate sales, how are you going to be able to bring business to the business? Now this doesn't just apply to management and sales. It applies to whatever you're doing, because whatever it is you're doing, you're going to need to have essential skills in order to do your job properly, in order to perform well. For example, just think about the current position that you're in. Irrespective of what you think, you are where you are based off how competent you've been. Now that can be something that you're happy with or not happy with. Either way, the fact is, those who progress further within their career and within a company are those people who take the time and put in the effort to develop their skill set. So have a good think about what the key result areas are within your current position, and also make a list where you can identify your key output responsibilities. These are the things that you do. These are the things that only you can do. And if you're not sure what your most important output responsibilities are, then simply ask your boss. He or she will be impressed that you want to progress. When you clearly show somebody and you clearly tell somebody and you're asking them questions which clearly is going to improve the company, and it's also going to improve your position within the company because you're bringing more results for the company. When you do things like that, people have more interest within you because they know that you want to progress. And who doesn't want to be around somebody who wants to move forward? Because you get a lot of people within jobs, and I understand why some people just put in the minimal amount of effort, is because there's no appreciation behind what they're doing, and there's very little room for improvement. But in any job where there is room for progression, make it known that you want to progress. For example, for a salesperson, getting qualified appointments is a key result area. This activity is the key to the entire sales process. Closing a sale is a key result area. When the sale is made, it triggers the activities of many other people to produce and deliver the product or service. For a company owner or key executive, negotiating a bank loan may be a key result area. Hiring the right people and delegating effectively are both key result areas. For a receptionist or secretary, typing letters and answering the phone and transferring callers quickly and efficiently are defined as key result areas. People's ability to perform these tasks quickly and efficiently largely determines their pay and promotability. So once you know what your key result areas are, the next thing you want to do is you want to grade yourself between 1 to 10 in each of those areas, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. So what key result areas are you strong or weak in? What key result areas are bringing you the bulk of your results, and where are you also underperforming? Now, one of the rules within this chapter is your weakest key result area sets the height at which you can use all your other skills and abilities. For example, delegating is a key result area for a manager. Delegating allows a manager to be able to manage by getting results through others. And a manager who is not able to delegate properly is going to be held back from being able to use his or her skills. So poor delegation skills alone can lead to you not being a good manager overall. Now, poor performance produces procrastination because people naturally avoid those areas and those tasks where they've previously performed poorly in the past. So rather than trying to improve in that area, most people just avoid that area altogether, which just makes things worse. Now, we all have strengths and weaknesses within life, but refuse to defend or justify those areas of weaknesses, and instead set yourself a goal to get better in each of those areas. Now, the next thing within this chapter is something called the Great Question, which is this: what one skill, if you developed and did it in an excellent fashion, would have the greatest positive impact within your career? Now, think deeply about this question. Don't rush it. And in the book, it says that you most likely already know what this is. But if you're not sure, then ask other people, such as your boss, friends, or family. And whatever the answer is, try your best to develop your skill set within that specific area. And at the end of the chapter, Brian Tracy gives us 2 actionable steps, which I'm going to read now. Step 1. Identify the key result areas of your work. What are they? Write down the key results you have to get to do your job in an excellent fashion. Give yourself a grade from 1 to 10 on each one. And then determine the one key skill that, if you did it in an excellent manner, would help you the most in your work. The second step, take this list to your boss and discuss it with him or her. Invite honest feedback and appraisal. You can get better only when you are open to the constructive input of other people. Discuss your results with your staff and co-workers. Talk them over with your spouse. Make a habit of doing this analysis on a regular basis for the rest of your career. Never stop improving. This decision alone can change your life. With that said, if you want to know what I personally do to avoid communication breakdown, then make sure you click here, where I shot a video on that exact topic called How to Avoid Communication Breakdown.